Well, with that, it's past 6:30, so let's get this thing going. This is the June 25th meeting of the Housing Authority of Town of Darien. On site at the Royal, we have Joe Fagno, we have myself, Peter Bigelow. We have on Zoom, Joan Canlon and Emmanuel Minnick. So we've got all but one Commissioner. Joe Warren is not available this evening, so we will kind of move on, and I will try to do the job he would normally do with the panache he has in doing it. So with that, we have the minutes of the April 23rd meeting. We did not have a May meeting. If I hear no other comments, we will accept the minutes as presented. Hearing no comments, they are approved. We now go into the property manager's report, which is Myrna, and what's happening?
Hello guys. Let me move this so you can see. Not much. We enter into a nice weather, so we are doing power washing in both buildings. We will schedule the power washing for here in July 9, so the building can get nice and power washed. We did our numbers or striping outside in the property, so everybody can see their parking spaces. For the Royal, for the Heights, regular stuff, summer stuff. We don't have anything major going on besides the power washing that we're doing right now.
Okay, excellent. While we're, I guess, on new business, is that part of it? I want to just give a brief update. I was going to do this in our May meeting, but on May 15th, Myrna and I met with the Commission on Aging in Darien on a number of subjects. They called us wanting us to stop in on one of their meetings, and they had some questions regarding wait lists and stuff like that, how it all works, which we explained, and we sort of the backdrop of everything. We explained that the housing authority is state sanctioned. We follow state regulations as far as our properties go. We have a professional management team in place for those properties. We have various income brackets for both properties that residents would have to be able to meet to be able to live in the properties. We are not exclusive to Darien. Anybody can get on our waiting list when the waiting list is open. And we are not involved with other affordable housing units and 830G units in town. Most notably, we've got Heights Crossing and Roten Commons. We are not involved with those in any way, shape, or form. We do not even have actually contact information to provide. We did discuss with the commission that that's probably a real need now. The town of Darien should have a repository of what affordable housing is available and which of the criteria is followed. You know, we follow the state criteria. We're considered, the area of the state is Stanford area. Others can do different things, but we don't know how they're set up. So I think there's a gap, and we all agree that it should be worked towards getting that information so it's openly available. They did want to know why our wait list is closed, and they want to know, why it's not open. And we did explain that we have 161 total units between two buildings, the Royal and the Heights. We have very low turnover, and we have hundreds of people on the list. So opening it up doesn't really do anything, in my opinion, more than add to frustration to people who are wondering why they're not moving forward on the list. And we talked a little bit about the different income levels and why, some groups move a little bit differently than others as far as, how long you've been on the list and when you may get an opportunity to move into a property. I then, so the meeting went very well. We did promise to give them a brief outline of how many people are on the waiting list and a few things like that. I spoke to Joe Warren after the meeting, and Joe has spoken to Myrna. Myrna spoke to Renee, but we're all working on getting something that can be made public for everyone, so we try to get a little bit of a decoder ring on how this whole thing works. And I think it would be nice if we could update that periodically, and by periodically, once or twice a year, so there's a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Just, after the meeting, I must have had a really bad day at work because I spent some time Googling housing authorities in the state of Connecticut. And I probably went through 50, the towns I could think of and so on. And I only found one that reported that their list is open, and that's New Canaan. I think it's because they just added some housing units up there.
They built a new property.
Right,
Mhm.
so it's open. And most of the vast majority of the other housing authorities said their wait list is closed. And some have been closed since as far back as 2017. So it just outlines the need for affordable housing of all types. And we'd love to be able to accommodate more people. I told in that commission meeting that we would love the work of the town of Darien in any way we can to find a way to develop more affordable housing or even workforce housing if it's feasible. But that was my report back from the meeting on the 15th with the Commission on Aging. So I want all the commissioners in particular to know that took place. And I have had phone calls from the chairman and from a couple of other people since asking when will they get the information. I told them that we have not had a meeting yet. This is going to be the first time because we had to cancel the May meeting, and that we would get something to them as soon as we reasonably could get it out. We definitely want to get them some information that they can share. And we probably should get the same information for the human services folk in the town hall, so they have some information of when they are asked what's going on. So that was on that report. So now we go on to, I guess, old business, and it's the finishing the spring cleanup in the Royal Activity Center. And so, any updates on those?
Yeah, so we're finishing up the cleanup. The spring cleanup is already obviously done. The Royal activities, we are continuing scheduling activities for residents here at the Royal. We do that twice a month or once a month, depends on the event that we have scheduled. So we will continue sending updates for any scheduled events, any residents who would like to have any ideas of things that they want to learn or things they want to us to bring into the property, whether it is recreation or learning. They can more than happy to email us and send any suggestions that they have.
Okay. Excellent. With that, resident associations, either the Heights or the Royal, either group have a report or questions?
You have any reports on the Heights?
No, I haven't. It's been quiet.
We don't have one up at the Royal. as
So
far as I know.
we have Joe Fagner represents both properties.
We've never seen him or heard of him before. I haven't.
Yeah, because you have the other Joe here, and he's kind of the liaison for you guys.
We need to have somebody to liaison with here.
Well, my
And
emails,
actively.
I'm active. I live, like I said, I live at the Heights. My email is out. It's been out there. Everyone's welcome if they want me to come here. They want to talk. I'm more than welcome to come here and talk to
We
anybody.
can schedule something with the Royal Activity Center when we have an activity. Maybe he can come in that day that you guys have an activity and then you guys can meet him. Or we can add a meeting so you guys can meet him.
But since Joe Warren is here, isn't that a duplication?
No,
That's-
I mean, you're working together.
We're working together, yes, but you guys have Joe's here because he's here,
Yeah.
and everybody at the Heights has my ear because I'm there.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he's listed on the commission different than I am.
Mhm. I understand.
Do you have anything for the Heights?
No, it's been quiet.
Quiet is good. Quiet is good.
Well, we didn't know
No.
you existed anymore.
Joe,
Yeah.
maybe you should tell them what you do so that they understand that, the knowledge that you have and you bring to
Well,
the
if you
table.
have any issues or complaints, you can contact me. I can come meet you, sit down and talk, so I can speak to the office about it and try and rectify any issues that you have.
Well, if you
Or
represent.
even as for a living job.
What you do for a living?
Oh, I work for a property management company, and I run their construction and maintenance division.
But what are you to do with the Royal then, the associate, the people at the Royal?
I'm sort of a liaison for the residents. If they have issues, they can come to me.
So he's a resident commissioner.
We've never never seen
We
you
never
before.
heard about it before.
Well, I'm here at,
He's
I've been here at every
coming,
meeting for 3 years.
I'm a 20-year resident and I've never seen you.
Okay, well, I've been at every
That's
meeting,
wrong.
I've been at every meeting for 3 years. Like I said, I live at the Heights, I
Yeah, he's
don't live
been
at the
here,
Royal.
he's been here, he's been to
But
everybody.
you're representing the Royals.
I am.
Yeah, but we haven't.
And I'm
we're not
available-
practicing
I'm available,
because you've
but
been
I-
invisible completely.
So, well, would you like me to come here once a week,
Yeah,
once a month,
once-
walk around, say hello to everybody?
Why can't you-
But if you, but the thing is, but you understand, like everyone else here, I have a family also. But I am available if anybody needs to meet and
But
wants
you
to
don't
talk.
even have your telephone number or nothing.
Well, my email is out there for everybody.
Yeah, we don't have it.
It was listed,
If you go into
when I
housing
was put on the
authority, emails
commission,
are
my
listed.
email was put on there.
We'd like to
Is it on the
have
website?
somebody
Yeah.
specific.
Okay, so
But
we
Joe,
will,
what
We'll
I
send-
think, can
Wait, are you
I can't
upset
hear
because
Mr.
I haven't
Ryan.
come and met you?
Correct. You haven't made any contact with the residents.
Well, I'm here at every meeting,
Well, we've never been.
and I've been on all the Zooms, I'm here.
I don't even
yeah.
saw you.
Myrna.
Okay, so listen,
Can
we
you
will,
turn
we will.
the thing so I can see?
Yeah, 1 second. So we will I will send you guys a letter, an update, and I will formally introduce him. He's been our residence commissioner for both properties for 2 years. If you have any concerns on if you haven't met him, now you're meeting him, we will send you an
That's
update.
not enough.
We will provide you the information, you can communicate with him.
We've never, this is the first we've ever heard of that.
Okay.
Myrna, I can't see who's talking. Hi, everybody.
We never heard of you before.
Okay, so let's,
How are you?
whoa. So
Okay,
Renee.
are you mad at me?
No, that's.
Have I done something wrong?
No, I'm not thinking.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being attacked right now. And I've done nothing but
Correct.
live in this community like everyone else.
He just supported the
Okay,
community.
let's
I
back.
just want to know how come the management never sent a letter out?
No, I know.
Whoa.
We did, we
Wait,
did.
stop.
They did.
Stop, everyone, stop.
Stop.
The commission setup has been from day one, decades ago, with a resident commissioner who's elected, is elected by all the residents. So Joe ran for the office. Now, if you've moved in since, stuff like that, I get it, you may not know who he is.
We never knew about
But
it, he was elected, and that's a hand
I knew he was
to
elected, just on paper, but
Mhm.
we've never, he never set up a meeting to meet all the
Well,
tenants. Isn't it up to him to represent the tenants?
It's up to you to reach out to him if you have any questions.
How could we reach
And you
out
can
to
come to
him
our,
if we
and you
didn't-
come to the meetings
Bernie,
here,
can you
and
hear
you
me?
come to the
We've
meetings
been
here.
here a long time.
What is her name again? I can't remember.
Heather Arun.
Okay, so,
It's
I'm
Catherine.
here.
It's not your fault.
I'm not invisible, I'm here.
It's the management's fault for not sending a letter stating.
Yeah, Renee, that's
that you
correct.
want to go.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Catherine, hi Catherine, it's Renee. How are you?
Good, how are you, Renee?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I just want to make sure that you know that we're going to send out a letter. We're going to explain his role, Joe's role. And I'm glad that this is coming out in the open because I think there may have been a little bit of confusion
Yes,
as to
it
what
was.
his role was and Joe Warren's role, because I think a lot of people are very used to him being in the building and you guys naturally gravitate towards him because he is there. And that's fine. But I want you all to know that you also have Joe Fogno, who sits on the board and is there, quietly sitting there every board meeting. And you can reach out to him as well. So if Joe Warren is not available to you, you always have access to Joe Fogno. So I will make sure that we send out this letter and we refresh everybody's memory on who he is and provide you with his information. Does that sound good to you?
That's fine.
I'll also
Okay.
add one thing, that going back prior to the Heights, the housing authority itself managed everything. And we have a management company, so
Yeah,
they're
we've been out-
your direct
we've
line.
actually been out-
It's if something is not working, that's when you would go to the
Definitely
resident.
not working.
Okay,
Because I used to be on the board. In
okay,
the last place, and we all got together and we had a meeting every so often.
mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't even know nothing about it. I didn't know.
But this is the meeting. The-
I didn't even know
Never
how
been
involved.
visitor to the Royal.
It's the first time
Well, I was voted in 3 years ago and it was sent out that I was voted in.
Okay.
I sent out a bio letter
Yep.
to
we
all the
did.
residents.
But we didn't get letters, they didn't.
We did.
We voted in, but we've never seen.
That's
it.
okay, we'll send it out
We will
again.
send- we will send you a new
Make
one.
sure it goes out.
We will send you a new one. We sent it 2 years ago. We will send you guys a new one. Sorry, you have something?
Yeah, I would say that in a way they're correct, and I think whenever anyone is new and working for the housing, we should get an introduction of who they are, their name and everything, and I think when they come around, they should wear something, so we know who we're dealing with coming in and out of our house, our apartments.
Right.
Well,
Well, he's
We
not
can
gonna be
take
doing
that
that.
out.
I know it is. I'm saying, I know it.
Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily gonna just come in and look
No, no, I'm
around.
not talking about
It's
you.
basically,
I'm
if,
talking about the maintenance man that we
Oh,
have.
the maintenance.
Yeah.
I met you a long time ago. But I'm just saying, when the new people come on, we really don't know who they are, and if they're knocking on our door,
Mhm.
so it is proper, I think, to let us know who they are and give us a little background on them.
We'd introduced our new maintenance guy back in April. His name is Ever. He's the only maintenance person right now. And he has a blue shirt, which is the blue Imagineer shirts that he's wearing every day to work. And he's the only maintenance person in the property. We introduced him formally here in the board meeting on April.
Yes.
Yes.
I just have one thing.
Yeah.
Is there ever going to be a printer in the computer room here?
Yes.
When? 4 years ago I asked that, it's still not there.
So we have a new property manager who's going to start working here in the property in 2 weeks. We were going to send the update, but the update will be, so we will formally now have a full-time property manager here at the Royal, which will be, I think, an amazing idea. So you guys can have somebody full-time here, and I will be full-time over at the Heights. And all these concerns that they have been backed up, we were going to do it, we are going to schedule. We will be able to have the property manager to take over all those activities and others. I started doing some decorations in the office. I know it's something that you guys been asking as well. But since we have a new person coming in, she will begin doing the decorations in the hallways, in the community room, in the computer room, and she can add the printer as well.
Yeah, because it's useless without a printer.
Yes, I agree.
And you're aware that one of the computers doesn't work at all?
No, I was not aware.
There's 2 computers and one doesn't work.
Okay, I'll look
One
into it.
works.
All right, we'll look into it.
I also was curious about, it seems like there's a jack to put a TV in the gym. Is that ever an option? To have a TV in the gym so that when people are working out, they can have the TV on or something? Or is it just-
I can look into it, I'm not aware. I can look into it.
Okay. Might encourage us to be fitter.
Good idea. TV on
I
there. Anybody
think-
Anybody else has any more for?
I have a question about, you said you're doing the power washing. So does that mean you're gonna go up to the different balconies and do it, or they're just gonna do it from the street?
Yes.
They're
Yes,
do
he's
the
gonna be
individual
doing,
balconies?
he'll be doing the balconies, everyone will get a notice, they will have to remove all of their personal belongings off of the balconies the day before so that he can make sure that he has, everything nice and free and clear and he can do a good job.
Yeah, because they'll stand.
Right.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Sorry,
Is that?
go ahead.
I'm wondering about washing the windows. I don't think you do that with power washing, but I wonder if we're gonna get the windows washed like we used to at the old town hall.
I don't have that scheduled into my list. When we do our power washing, in the Heights, our windows also get cleaned up. So I don't know, Renee, is that an option?
I couldn't hear her, I'm
She's
sorry.
asking about cleaning the windows.
Oh, when they power wash, they get it.
That's what I'm.
Clean the windows too.
No, they're just going to do the power washing. They're asking if you're
I
coming.
just had it done at my property here in Newington. Came out beautiful.
So they will do the power washing and they will clean the windows.
We have calculations, they don't do anything on the windows.
No,
Where were the windows done?
no, they're gonna do the power washing.
Another lady,
Sue said she had the windows done. Where was she?
No, she had her power
The
washing
power
done.
washer did the
Yeah, personal
How
windows.
they did the windows?
No, when they did their power washing in her property, they also did, that's when they clean up the windows. When they do power washing, the windows.
And they
will
hit
be
it
clean.
all. They go
Yeah.
right across, all the way down.
Her location? Renee, she wants to know which property you work.
Oh, I'm in Newington, Connecticut.
Oh,
Well, obviously Connecticut, but in Newington.
the difference. She's very vocal.
Any?
I'm all over. I'll be there next week. I'll be there on Tuesday.
What
Are
did
you,
you do?
are you gonna do some sort of like, you said you were gonna introduce the new, property manager. Are you gonna do a meet and greet, or are you just gonna send out a flyer?
No, we'll do a meet and greet. She'll be there on Tuesday. I'll be there with her to just kind of get her a little bit acclimated. Let's try not to overwhelm her a little bit. Myrna will be kind of getting her there as well, and for the first week, and then the following week we will be doing a meet and greet, because next week's a short week. It's a holiday. So she's really just kind of coming in, taking a look at the office, seeing what she wants to do with it, getting her computer, that kind of stuff. And then the following week is when she'll start her full week.
But we're going to do a resident lunch or a resident
Yes.
breakfast so she can meet all the residents there.
Yep.
Is she experienced, a property manager? Does she have experience?
Very.
Yes, she's very experienced. She's coming from a 200-unit property in New York City.
Okay. We'll see.
Yep.
She should be.
She's great.
And as a matter of fact, you'll all like this. She only lives 4 miles from the property.
Well, that is good.
She lives in Darien, so.
That's why I said New York City.
Yep. So,
I also feel that when you're having the landscapers do work around the property, I think someone needs to walk with them and point out what they need to do, because half the times they don't do what they're supposed to be doing. They're not trimming
Well-
trees
Well,
when
that's-
they're supposed to be trimming trees, they're not pulling out dead trees.
That's right.
So I think when they're gonna do that kind of work, somebody has to walk with them and actually show them what they're supposed to be doing.
we'll make sure she stays on top of that. But if you do notice something, just drop a little note. You know, it always helps to have other eyes.
Well, I'm from the Heights, and I'm talking about the Heights property.
Huh?
I'm from the Heights, so I'm talking about the property up at the Heights.
I don't
Oh.
understand.
So she's from the Heights, not Royal, so if it's the
Yeah,
same issue,
we
if you
will-
see something, say
say
something,
something.
and then we'll put it on the list.
Right, right.
But the Heights is a larger property, and it's
Yes.
much more difficult
Yes.
to,
Yes. I
know
understand.
every detail of every spot.
Right.
Anybody else has anything else to say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me,
Can see you.
the grass over here is no more grass, it's all weeds.
Because
If you
dogs are
can take a
big.
look, by the end of the summer, it's not gonna be no more grass, it's all weeds. The back over there looks nasty, and also the doggy poop over there, who's supposed to empty that? That thing is full. The last time I think I did it myself,
I chased them, he comes every night from over in this building.
and then people from outside coming over
Well,
here.
the problem is that it's a dog station, so we can't tell people who live around the property not to dump their dog waste
Yeah,
into.
well, it's
It's a dog
full.
space, so, but yes, the maintenance is responsible to clean it up every day.
They don't. It's full. The
Well,
last
so
time I
the
checked-
good news is that all these things that we sometimes can miss when it's only one person
Also,
between two properties,
the
we're gonna
weeds-
have one property manager in each property, so it will be more time given to each property. So it's awesome that you can see, she's gonna be here Monday to Friday, so things like this, you can come right to the front, talk to the property manager, and she will be able to address those things that there sometimes can go unmissed between two properties.
But what's the story with the grass? The weeds are taking over.
Dogs are pooing and peeing.
All right, we will follow up all of that as well.
You have a landscaping contractor with somebody, they just come and chop the weeds because it's no grass.
We will follow up with that as well.
Excuse me? I
Yes.
did mention to you this morning that on the front property, grass, people are taking their dogs on that grass.
Yes.
I think there's a place for dogs to do their business, not on the lawns where our apartments are. Are they clean? That's good, they clean, they do this, but that's not the appropriate place
Yeah.
for a person to have their dog on the front of this building. Maybe there's places in the back, but, you know, it's just not right. They could clean, but then you might have somebody, a kid come over, and there's always some residue, and this
No,
is-
I agree. I think the patio entrance doors it's not a lot of residents who have pets. It's only like probably 2 or 3 that have dogs in the property. So if they are unaware of that, you know, especially in the patio entrance, I would let them know. I'll send a notice to those tenants who have pets.
I think we can come up with a designated dog area, if you will.
We have.
And
There are
then
parks.
notify them and keep on
Keep
top
them
of it.
inside, like they shouldn't have walked their dogs in front of their patio entrance of people's personal apartments. That I do agree.
Just similar issue at the Heights.
Yeah, we have the same.
That we have a lot of neighborhood people
They
that
come
love to
over.
walk around our property
Yeah.
and use our bags, and
Yes.
it's not fun, so.
May I just talk about a safety area? People are doing U-turns on their own driveway from the doctor's offices here and from the building. And it's very dangerous. I looked today and they almost hit the divider. And then a car could easily come over and into the properties. So maybe the police could put up a sign, no U-turns there for safety. They're
We-
U-turning all the time.
We don't have to contact the police. We can look into purchase a sign, you know,
Yeah.
like I said, private
The other thing
property.
is
We do have the signs.
there is traffic that comes right through the whole building and out the other way. So they cut through. I'm
Yeah.
tempted to follow them, but I can't right now, fast enough.
They cut through where, to the street over here?
No, they go around the
They cut off and they come here, or vice versa. Both
Yeah,
ways.
well, that's supposed,
No through
that's only
traffic.
one way, isn't it?
No, they're both.
It's a two-way?
Yeah, so there's the U-turn and they drive very quickly,
That's dangerous.
very quickly.
That's
It's a
dangerous.
narrow street.
It's just dangerous.
It is.
Yeah,
When you're
exactly.
cutting
It's
through.
unsafe if anybody's walking in the property. Into their cars.
Yeah, this, from that road in is private property. It's not,
Exactly.
it's not
But I
public.
don't know what to do about that, you know, I mean, we have to, I think it's a police issue, actually.
Well, because it's private, it has to be dealt with private. I'm dealing with the same issue at an area that I work with my guys in my shop. I don't know if anybody knows Viaduct Road.
Yeah, sure do.
Okay, you come up Viaduct, everybody loves to cut through by Doggy Bow Wow to get over to Hope
I
Street.
know.
Well, my guys work there every day, and they cut through at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and 2 of my guys almost got hit
Yeah.
several times.
Everybody makes that a shortcut.
And well, if you see a big white truck parked across, that's me stopping people from
Yeah.
driving through it. And it's the railroad guys at the end of the day, all trying to get home, come flying through there.
Yes, they
And
go
not
back.
driving through, not slowly, because the people who have their dogs at Doggy Bow Wow, obviously, they're going up to get their dog. They drive slowly. Those other guys, they come through 30 miles an hour. So I understand how dangerous that is.
Need a couple well-placed speed bumps.
Go ahead.
I have one more question, not related to any of this. Everett is our new maintenance person, and he is the only one for both properties?
Correct.
What happened to Jose?
Oh, so that's or Jose was part of our supplement person that they work, so they're only temporarily until they hire a new maintenance technician. So now we hire Ever is on site, so Jose no
So
longer.
he's supposed to take care of both properties?
Correct.
So Jose, but that's an awful lot for him to do. I mean, is there any possibility of hiring another maintenance person in the future?
That's something that we budget for, that's something we take into consideration. We look at work orders, we look at the individual's abilities, and we've determined that it is suitable. If it turns out that we need additional assistance, we will reach back out to middleman, but as it stands now, yes, it is fun.
Well, good luck, Ever.
So,
I just have a question that
Yes.
you talked about ad nauseum. I know this. I know it's an issue, but it's smoking. Okay, and I don't want to offend anyone here, but out here, it's almost like become the smoking place. I don't have a balcony, so I like to go out there and sit in the evening sometimes if it's not this hot. And I just can't I just can't breathe that in, and nobody should. But isn't there and I didn't look before I came down, so many feet or yards or something?
So yeah, we have a smoking station over close to by the dumpster on the side. We even put a smoking trash.
Oh, did you?
That's been there for 2
Well,
years.
people have been sitting.
This is not in a smoking area,
Yeah,
and
I
this
know
is
that.
not allowed. So whoever, but they're probably doing it after hours when nobody's here. So it's like if you see something, say something. That way we can address.
Can you set up a camera? Yeah, cameras all over the building. We have cameras in here, we have cameras in the lobby.
What
Why not
about
have cameras
smoking in the
somewhere?
units? There's a lot of people smoking in the apartments.
I'm leaving.
There are.
On the third floor.
You can smell
A lot of
it.
smoking.
So I haven't received any reports of this. This is my first time. We did experience something before, but so far I have not received any reports for
You can
people
smell when you go down
in the
the
third
corridor.
floor. Okay. Do
Well,
you?
Joe's the one that said that he's happy to address anybody who smokes in the building, so I think you ought to walk the floors. and
Or the
nobody
balconies.
We'll sit out there.
He sits
And
up
he'll
here,
be-
right up here.
He would then be
Maybe they
able
put
to
a no
know-
smoking sign on the table.
I can do that.
He would then be able to locate who smokes and who doesn't, just by odor.
but this
I know that that's difficult. I just thought I'd bring it up again because I'd like to make use of the patio.
No, yeah, that is not a smoking area. So if anybody is there, they should
what
not
would
be
be, I
smoking.
think, very helpful is when you see this, send an email.
Report it right away.
Send an email to Myrna or send an email to the resident manager of the Royal and say what you saw and when you saw it.
I have.
Because when we have
That's
meetings.
4 years ago, so.
Yeah, so
So,
they may not be able to respond to every email coming through, but we need to build up, but we understand, okay, we have a third floor issue or we have a
Again,
side issue,
with
they
all
can begin
all
to address
these
it.
concerns and all these issues, like I know we had the smoking issues before, we addressed some of them. Again, the fact that we will have a full-time property manager, it will make a big difference for everyone. I only come twice a week, so between two properties, so having a person here full-time, we will hopefully address a lot of those concerns that people have and hopefully make a difference.
yeah, well, I think it is a state law about being so far, what you should be so far away
Yes,
from
it
the
is.
building.
It's 100 feet.
So that,
It's patrolling it, that's a difficulty.
Just to reiterate what we talk about quite a few times, and it's just worth repeating. When something like that occurs, holding on to it and waiting for a board meeting, I get, but actually, when it happens, if you just jot it down and give it to the manager, the new manager, and I'll let her know, she comes with a lot of experience, she'll expect this. Let her know when it happens. Just say, this is going on, it happened last night, and then this way, we can already set things in motion. We can send out notices reminding people, you can't smoke, there's an area set aside for you. Take it over there. You're disrupting other people's peaceful enjoyment of the premise, that type of thing.
well, I know it's a
Don't wait,
difficult-
because we want to try to get a jump on it, is what I'm trying
But I
to say.
have done that in the past.
Huh?
But if
Why can't
anybody who's been in, I've got kids who live in apartments that have the same problem. It is, you work at trying to reduce it, so on, but If someone goes back and does it again,
I
you
know,
have to keep
there's
your
only
limits.
so much you can do.
Right.
I understand
And
that.
sometimes we identify, we give them a notice of violation, and then they stop for a little while, and then years, I get months pass by, and I get the report back again.
Exactly.
Now the weather changes, so
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, just make sure to let us know as soon as
yeah,
possible.
the faster you guys let us know, the faster we'll be able to address the issue.
Why can't there be
I
a
remember
bench
asking-
out by the ashtray over there?
Oh, now a bench to sit down and smoke too?
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of the smokers, that's why.
Why not? There's an ashtray there, it's near a
Okay,
dumpster.
fair enough.
Fair enough.
You're supposed to
that's-
sit on the stone wall.
We
We'll
can
take
have a
that and
bench.
we'll see
Why
what we
can't
can
there be
do.
a bench?
Okay, we will take it in consideration, see what we can do.
Okay.
I remember Crystal asking Crystal when we first moved in about this door. It has a keyhole, but she said to me that there's something about the hinge that it can't be connected to the lock to open for some reason. So is that gonna be ever done so that we can access, like go out on the patio and be able to come back in through here without having to leave the door open?
I'm not aware of that. I will have to follow up with the key fob system and find out and test it out. And I can let you guys know if you guys can have access to that door. I don't know about that.
Well, that's something we should definitely talk about.
So, sounds like most of the
Anybody
ideas
else?
have been,
Nice and quiet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I bet you'll be
Okay,
glad.
we have a lot of stuff to work on, which we will do, and we've got a lot of stuff we will communicate back out. And I think having a permanent, full-time manager in this property will help a lot of these issues.
Yeah.
Which, you know, should make it a little bit more pleasant going forward for everybody. With that, is there anything else?
Can you give us the details?
I'm wondering about the floors, because I've got the one, the crack on the floor underneath, and the wood is coming up now.
Okay, so this is back to the certain
It's all
rooms.
wood, you know about it.
Yeah, yes.
But now the wood is coming up.
Okay. I'm thinking, is that a
Okay, I have another.
Wait,
Todd,
hold on,
is that
hold on.
Todd project?
So wait, you talking about the
This is a
floor, your unit floors?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the wooden floor, you know how it's all cracked underneath. But now the wood itself is coming
Because it
up.
was right, coming up
Yeah,
again.
so we have, Todd had met with the contractors, and they had a plan and schedule, so, Renee just passed me the information, and we are in the process of working to, meeting with those contractors who gonna come and, replace those floors, and, we will schedule each unit.
I know he done that one with two different colors.
Yes. I don't know. So we will schedule, so you guys are in the list, everybody who has the floor issues are in the list, and we will be scheduling you guys, to prepare those floors.
Yeah, because it's not just wobbling like the air underneath, it's all cracked.
Yes, more,
Yeah, right.
more information is coming, Catherine, it's coming. You
Right.
have my word.
We've not forgotten, it's in process.
Can you give the name of the new property manager?
You guys,
Who?
The
they're
name of the
asking if
new,
you can provide the name of the new property manager.
Oh, no, that's top secret. We can't, no, I'm just kidding. Her name's Amanda.
Amanda Vega.
What was the name?
Belinda?
Amanda Vega.
Vega?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Belinda or,
Amanda.
oh, Amanda?
Amanda.
B-E-G-A-R?
Vega. It's a VG.
VEGA.
VGA. Vega. VEGA.
Just like Savannah baby.
VEGA.
Oh, D.
D-I-G-A.
Vega. VEGA.
Yes, a picture. Amanda.
Isn't that the woman who does the lottery numbers too?
Huh?
I'm somebody Vega. With the lottery numbers every night.
Okay, one last one over
All
there.
right, that's it.
Very important questions. Why are we getting raised every year on the rent? I even have my paper for my raise is here without the review. I never
What?
got a review papers.
They're
What's
asking,
the,
They're-
they're asking the increases, why they're getting rent increases every year and why their increases are so high every year.
Because the state sets the number. The state,
What's
the state sets the number.
Well, what's the reason?
So the confusion that a lot of tenants have is that they think that the rent increases are based on your,
okay,
in
so
your
let's
income.
clarify a couple of things, and I'll be there next Tuesday if anybody really wants to have a conversation with me.
Yes, I do, because this is not fair.
Okay, so let's just clarify this.
I had to
There are
take a
rental
part-time
increases
job.
right across the board throughout the state of Connecticut. It's what's going
Yeah,
on.
hey.
If you open up anything, if you open up rent.com, rents have increased.
Give me a reason.
Just because it's affordable housing does not mean that the rent does not increase.
Well, I made less money last year, 7,000. I had to go take a part-time job to make ends meet.
Okay, I don't want to hear, forgive me,
Yeah,
but
you don't
your
wanna hear,
personal
yeah.
information
Give me
should
a
not be
reason.
made public.
This year I got
You really
a
shouldn't
raise
be
without
providing your
review.
personal information in a public forum.
So
And
the
this
state-
is not
state
a
looks
conversation we should be
at the
having
cost of
like this.
living, they look at a number of
Yeah.
economic numbers, and then they set the rate
But
based
you-
on the
you
cost
say
going up.
Because
Your
has nothing to do
rent
with- it
is
has
not
nothing to do
based on
with-
your income.
I
This
know,
is not
but
a
the reason
Section
why,
8
because
project.
the cost of living apply for me too.
They look at the state area and they say within the state,
Just
the
because
cost of
we are
living.
in
is
Darien,
different.
I guess.
It happens all through the state.
Yeah, but
It's not just Darien, it's all through the state.
last year my raise was so much, which is okay, but this year it's almost triple.
Did you live here prior to this building being
So,
built?
I've been here
No,
4 years.
no.
No.
No, we're going to
You've been
stop for a
grandfathered.
second, because I really need to make sure that this is very clear to everyone. This is not a Section 8 property. The rent is not based on income. In order to live on this property, your income has to fall within the area medium income guidelines that are set by the state of Connecticut. We do not determine that, we simply follow it.
Yeah, but that's.
So your rent, again, is not set by your income. In order to have that type of rental going on, you have to be in Section 8 housing, where your rent is then 30% of your determined income. That is a whole separate program. That is not what this type of housing is. So if you are fearful that you cannot afford the rent here, or that the rent is going to continue to increase, which it will, and it is going to eventually go over what your income is, then that is something you need to take into consideration.
Yeah, like moving out, yeah.
Moving in your car?
Then that's something you need to take into consideration. This is not, nor was it ever intended to be Section 8 housing and adjusted based on your income.
No, you're talking.
Mona, can you tell us what the percentage is?
Sorry, one second. She has a question.
What was the question?
What's the percentage increase this time around?
6%.
6?
I would just put
It's
it,
7% for new people coming in, isn't it?
Go ahead.
is the rent determined differently now than it was when it was old town homes?
Yes.
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 Well, that we do.
Yeah, those people were grandfathered.
We were grandfathered is right.
But don't you accept people that are on
So here's the thing, and again, and I understand that this is very confusing, and this is why I wanted to make sure I was very clear with my words. Because I have it with tenants a lot, and once we have this conversation, they always seem to feel better because they understand better. And when you understand better, you can make better choices, right? So I always try to be very clear. So I will be there on Tuesday next week. And you're more than welcome to come down and have a private conversation with me. I just don't think that this is the place to talk about your personal income and your personal information. Now, if you want to talk in general, we can talk in general. But if you have a personal question, then that's something absolutely. You can come down, you can talk with me on Tuesday, You know, if you want to set up a time to call me separately, we can certainly do that. And I can, you know, talk to you and guide you in that way.
But why you say that a review every year if it's not based on income? Why
I
you say
didn't
a
hear you, I'm
review?
sorry.
He said, what?
Say that again.
He said, why do we send out a paperwork every year if it's not based on income? Because the program requires for us to
Redetermine your qualification. The annual recertification process is to determine continued eligibility in the low-income housing tax credit program. You are required to do that annually.
Well, I never got mine this year. And they already sent me how much my
I
raise.
can't hear.
He said
Say
he
that
hasn't.
again.
He hasn't
It
get
has
his,
nothing to do with what you're saying is, everybody gets the same percentage, no matter who you are.
I will schedule an appointment with you so you can be on Thursday, so you can receive your paperwork. He hasn't received his paperwork, he says.
Now, here is an interesting tidbit though. Let me explain this to you. If you were to move into this property today, and you were to move into a one-bedroom unit, right? A one-bedroom 60% unit, minus the utility allowance. And Myrna, correct me if I'm looking at the wrong chart, but I don't believe I am. Right now, the maximum allowable rent that could be charged for that very unit that you are currently occupying, if you are one of those individuals in a one-bedroom 60% unit, you could be charged $1,860. That's today's going rate.
That's the market.
Correct.
No, that's not the market.
No, that's the today's going rent. Yes, it is.
Correct.
For a
No,
one-bedroom 60%
But it's not market
unit.
rate is what I'm saying.
No, it's not
The
a,
affordable
No,
housing
this is
rate.
Right, that's
affordable.
that's
This
the
is
part
the
of it. That's not the
affordable
market
rent
value rate.
determined by the Connecticut Housing Finance Authority.
correct.
This is the maximum allowable rent that an owner is permitted to charge. So these are the things that you need to take into consideration, right? That is this type of property. So again, if you want me to show this all to you, if you want me to explain this to you, and you want to really understand this, let me know. I will be there on Tuesday. I'd be more than happy to go over it with you until it's fully understood. Sound good? Let Myrna know. She'll make a list.
Yes. All right, any
And
other?
if it turns out it's a lot of people, I'll even schedule a meeting and we can all get together and have coffee and,
All right.
you know,
That's the best way.
some donuts and we'll all sit and hash it out. Sound good?
We'll find out how many people show up there, Rena.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather, you know, it helps. People
Yeah.
need to really understand,
Correct.
you know?
So, any other different topics?
So
Excuse me,
anybody has any other
different-
issues or complaints? So we're gonna move forward in our meeting. Oh,
It's not a complaint, it's just I've noticed that sometimes the garbage chute on the top floor, like it says green and you push the button and it doesn't work. So like, usually if you push it a
So
few
that's
times, it finally will open, but somehow it doesn't work.
And that's actually-
It doesn't say in use or being empty, it's a green light, but sometimes when you push the button, it doesn't open.
and that's a very good question. Very good question that you have, because one of
Excuse
Danny
us.
Murray's answer.
So,
sorry, that's a really good question that you have, because we had a lot of issues with the garbage shooter, and it's being caused by you guys tenants. The bags are way too large being pushed down to the shooter, and it's breaking the shooter every time. Your recycle and your garbage, you have to be aware of the space that you're throwing this garbage down from the third floor and the second floor. It's the bags are too large, and it's every time. I had to come in the weekend sometimes to fix the shooter, because I'm not gonna have ever come all the way down just to reset the machine because somebody threw a huge bag and it got stuck in the middle of it. So that is another notice we will send out, and it's good that you bring it up here.
Maybe you
because
could actually recommend, like, I would imagine the tall kitchen garbage pails would work.
We
Because
can,
they're narrow, so maybe.
we can give it to the new property manager, maybe something she can look into it, but definitely you guys have to be aware of the garbage size that you throw in, whether it's recycle or garbage, they're too large being pushed down.
But how do they?
Can you
fit
do,
Well, so that's actually a good point. We should come up with,
An
what is
idea.
a recommended size? We
Recommended
should also have
size.
something saying no boxes, no
No, we have the
option.
recycle option. What's happened is that they fill up the bags so much, and by the time they dump the garbage down, it's getting their machine stuck a lot of times.
Got it.
so you can put your recycling in the chute?
Yes, you can. You gotta choose recycle.
I
But
didn't know.
don't send.
I wasn't sure if it worked or not. so
You know,
I didn't wanna risk it.
it's a
So I'm
machine.
carrying my recycling down.
You just gotta think about if you didn't take out your garbage for 2-3 days. I don't know how long, many days, but like if you go and take it out and push it down a huge garbage bag, you're gonna get the shooter stuck, and this is what's happening lately.
Yeah, well, they bring it down to upstairs with boxes, and I've taken them out of this bins and broken them down myself.
You know, that's another issue. They're not breaking down.
Doing it.
It's another issue. People are not breaking down their boxes. They leave their boxes in their floors, or they come downstairs in the first floor and they just dump them there, and then people from the first floor can get into the garbage. So the garbage issue is a situation that's coming from you guys tenants. They need to work and be
Maybe-
aware of that.
Maybe we could get a refresher, like he said, with a recommended size of bag.
Yep.
And the procedures one, because a lot of people moved in and out, and they
Yes.
forgot what they were told when they first moved in. So if we had like a refresher letter
Yep, we
of
can do that.
exactly how to make the system work the best.
Yeah, we can do that. Thank you.
One more.
Yes.
How can you remove the garbage can from the main room?
Yes.
Sometimes we got junk made that we don't wanna take upstairs, and it
I'm
used
sorry,
to
what-
be
what-
a garbage bag or a garbage can.
Where?
In the
In the
main room.
main room, there used to be a garbage can, it's not there anymore.
Oh, I'm not even aware if they remove it. Probably because it's an issue. People
Yeah.
go, instead of throwing their mail when they're picking up their mail or whatever, they're dumping food, they're dumping
yes.
things in there.
And
And then
drinks.
we in a hallway, so you know, you guys remember we had a lot of flies last time because somebody left food right in the garbage. So maybe that's why we can put back one again, but again, you
Before
guys,
they didn't put it back in it, just a garbage can right there.
because it's supposed to be for
I
recycling.
took it away because they're putting drinks in it, and it was spilled all over the floor
They're gonna be
after
rodents
that.
running
Wait, you took the garbage away?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we will get it back and have the go for.
But they throw the garbage,
Okay.
it's gotta be rodents
Yes.
I
running
think,
around.
okay.
This is typically what's gonna happen next week. We have a 4-day holiday, a week.
Mhm.
We have somebody take away the garbage on Friday, always.
Mhm.
Now you have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. There isn't anybody who's taking the garbage away from this garbage room here. And what's happening is Kathy herself, I've seen her pick up garbage and try and put it in the pails and cardboard all over the freaking floor, which it shouldn't be. This is what,
So-
some people fold it, some people
I
fold
even
it.
break the
But there's
boxes down,
no
you don't break the
garbage.
boxes
One
down.
second, Kat. There's nobody taking the garbage away Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That means Tuesday, somebody's coming here to clean the garbage. And I don't think it's right to have
So,
bugs.
We have dumpsters in the
Wait.
back.
Wait, so hold on.
We're not talking about dumpsters for everybody, because there are people really who can't go to the back.
I agree. Hi, John. Let me answer you that question. Okay, so just so you know, when it comes to holidays, when it's a Monday, there is a holiday, we only work Monday to Fridays and we don't work the weekends. The garbage gets taken out on Friday and on Mondays. When we have a holiday and a Monday, our maintenance guy comes in only specifically when we have a holiday to do the garbage in the morning. Right now, we're gonna have a 4-day weekend, so he will still come in. He doesn't come on Saturdays and Sundays, but he will come in the holiday in the morning to just do the garbage. So we do have scheduled when it's holidays, the maintenance technician comes in just to do the
It
garbage.
should be that way, right?
Yes. And then again, like you said, if you have people who are more mobile, like Saturdays, I don't know how full the garbage are, maybe we can consider getting a bigger container for these rooms. I don't know if they will fit. Or we can look at other options, like residents who are more mobile, they can always go outside and dump it in the dumpster, which it will make it easy as well. But for holidays, we always have coverage. Somebody always comes on their holidays in the morning to.
I don't have the pictures, but I did photograph. I'm good with a camera.
What happens is,
And I do have a video.
what happens is when the
That you
shooter,
saw.
so when the shooter gets, because of the issues we've been having with the shooter, when the shooter gets stuck, people are coming down here to the first floor and dumping their garbage in the first floor.
Yeah, but they should break the boxes or else take some out.
Okay, so we will add a whole notice and all these to the new property manager. Maybe we can put signs in the garbage enclosures, and we will add this to be part of resident responsibility as well, to keep out with their garbage and recycle.
I did catch someone, but I made them take it out, so I did.
You're a braver woman than me.
All right, guys, we move on to Peter.
Okay.
I feel it's about
So
Thank you.
I think we've picked up a lot of ideas that need to be worked on, and we appreciate that very much.
A lot.
And with that, if there's no other agenda items, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. We're going to go into a very brief executive session,
Yes.
and we'll not be coming out to vote on anything after the meeting. So with that, it's 7:29. We'll adjourn the meeting, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.